As she entered the upscale boutique, a wave of humiliation washed over her, triggered by her linen dress, low bun, and slip-ons that had seen better days. The staff looked at her as if she were a glitch in a display designed for self-importance. A devoted patron erupted in laughter, exclaiming, "This is a luxury store, not a second-hand shop." The proprietor scoffed as well. Suddenly, her wealthy best friend entered the room. Maison Alva emerged as a symbol of luxury on Fifth Avenue, its shimmering glass exterior mirroring the vibrant energy of Manhattan. Within, shimmering chandeliers illuminated displays of $6,000 gowns and $3,000 clutches with a warm, golden glow. Marble floors shimmered, and the air was laced with a delicate hint of tuberose perfume, blending seamlessly with the soft murmur of affluence. This was the place where New York's high society, hedge fund heiresses, Broadway luminaries, and Instagram influencers gathered to showcase their prestige. The boutique's Instagram proudly showcased a following of 2 million. Its posts showcase a dazzling array of silk and diamonds, with each caption whispering a vow of unparalleled elegance. Shopping here felt like being part of something greater. To stumble was to be wiped away. Ava Halden glided through the glass doors, her white linen dress brushing against her ankles, simple and elegant. As Ava lingered at the boutique's entrance, the patrons, adorned in Versace and sparkling with diamonds, transformed her presence into a ruthless game. Sasha Kane, the influencer, chuckled as she gestured towards Ava's slip-ons, asking, "Did she stroll over from a barn sale?" The nearby socialites, elegantly sipping Prosecco, became part of the scene, their phones lighting up as they shared moments in a group chat titled, Alva Elites. Diana Holt, the wife of a hedge fund manager, flicked a cocktail straw at Ava, her voice dripping with disdain. "Clean up your act, sweetheart." Another customer, a tech heiress named Lila Crane, exclaimed, "She's just a living charity case." The clips made their way to Instagram Reels, tagged with the hashtag boutique blunder, accumulating 30,000 views. Chloe Reed, the employee, wore a sly smile, her quietness igniting the crowd's fervor. The laughter echoed around her, each jeer striking at Ava's pride like a sharp blade. Yet she remained composed, her hazel eyes unwavering, her notebook held firmly in her grasp. The posts circulated rapidly, each one striking at her dignity with a public sting. At 24, she possessed a subtle allure, her hazel eyes radiating both warmth and determination, chestnut hair elegantly gathered into a low bun, with only a whisper of gloss enhancing her natural beauty. In her embrace, she held a tattered notebook and a battered iPhone 6, her slip-ons softly brushing against the marble floor. Ava was the rightful heir to the Halden dynasty, a $10 billion real estate empire, yet she grew up as an adopted outcast due to a hospital mix-up that had exchanged her with another newborn. Ava's childhood unfolded in the shadow of Elaine, the girl her parents were convinced was their true daughter. Elaine's taunts about Ava's humble farm girl origins drove a wedge between her and her family. Ava had crafted her own fortune through discreet investments, her riches concealed beneath a veil of modesty. Today, she arrived at Maison Alva, not with the intention to shop, but to watch the woman who had taken her identity. The boutique thrummed with a carefully orchestrated energy, patrons adorned in Prada savoring champagne, while the staff in sleek black uniforms moved gracefully like watchful guardians. A young employee, Chloe Reed, her hair neatly pinned, cast a glance at Ava's dress and smirked with a hint of disdain. "Pardon me, are you seeking any special offers?" she remarked, her tone laced with contempt. "This establishment offers an exclusive selection, distinctly different from a second-hand shop." Nearby patrons, a trio of fashionable socialites adorned in Gucci, shared laughter, their diamond earrings sparkling in the light. Chloe pivoted, dismissing any need for a response, her heels echoing sharply as she whispered, "Wrong address." As Chloe waved Ava away, the staff's cruelty became a dramatic performance. Ethan Voss, the slender staff member, snatched a $5,000 clutch from a display and brandished it with a sneer, exclaiming, "Do you really think you can afford this thrift shop?" The crowd erupted in cheers, with Sasha capturing the moment on film, her live stream caption glowing, #PoorGirlProblems. Another staff member, a woman named Tara Lee, interjected, suggesting that she might be here to steal and advised to check her bag. The socialites erupted in laughter, with Diana exclaiming, "I bet it's packed with hay." Ethan circled Ava, his voice resonating with authority. "You don't belong here. Get lost." The video went viral, tagged with a boutique intruder, amassing 40,000 retweets. Ava flipped open her notebook, revealing a collection of sketches, but Ethan pushed it away, grumbling about the worthless contents, much like her. The public humiliation was a calculated snare, the employees' hostility, a performance for the privileged few. Ava's slip-ons remained firmly in place, her hazel eyes shimmering with anguish, yet her silence served as a barrier against their toxicity. Out of the fitting room stepped Sasha Cain, a platinum blonde influencer boasting 500,000 followers, her makeup strikingly precise, chewing gum with a noticeable pop. She halted, noticing Ava, then chuckled, her laughter slicing through the jazz. "Oh, you're the girl from the Everett family, adopted, I believe? The individual who carries the scent of a barn?" Sasha captured a moment, sharing it on her Instagram stories with the caption, #FarmToFashionFail. The socialites erupted in laughter, one of them calling out, "Get lost? Hayseed." The image soared to 10,000 views within moments, with comments pouring in rapidly. Who allowed her to enter? The quality at Maison Alva seems to be declining. Sasha sauntered forward, a bubble popping playfully between her lips. "What brings you here? This isn't your domain." Ava's grip on her notebook grew firmer, her eyes unwavering, her quietude a stronghold against the hostility. The derision intensified, capturing the attention of onlookers. As Ava approached the racks, she caught snippets of the staff's spiteful murmurs drifting from behind a velvet curtain. Tara, delicately folding a silk scarf, wore a disdainful expression. "Did you notice her dress? It seems likely that it was crafted from a tablecloth." Ethan chuckled while restocking the shoes. "She's here to plead for handouts. Quite sad." A third employee, a stylist named Mia Cole, remarked, "Elaine's too big for aspiring individuals like her." Their voices resonated, clear enough for Ava to catch as she shifted her notebook. An intern happened to capture a moment of Ava, sharing it on the staff Slack channel with the caption, "Hat lost in luxury." A photo surfaced on a gossip site with comments flooding in, quite mortifying. "Remove her from the group." The whispers were a hidden blade, resonating with the disdain of the customer. Each phrase a deliberate attempt to diminish Ava's value. Her chestnut buns swayed, her hazel eyes ablaze, yet she continued to browse, their malice failing to shatter her poise. A woman in a fur-trimmed coat, Diana Holt, a hedge fund spouse, leaned over, her $20,000 Birkin bag swaying gently. "She likely came to plead for leftovers," she remarked, her voice carrying across the room. "Behold those shoes. Did she retrieve them from a trash bin?" The staff chuckled, Chloe flipping her hair as she processed a transaction, murmuring, "Some individuals just don't understand their role." A wiry man named Ethan Voss joined in, a smirk playing on his lips. "I'm sure she's surveying the area for replicas." With their phones recording, the video circulated within a private TikTok group. Alva VIPs with a caption #BoutiqueBum. The clips amassed 50,000 views, each one a new scar. Ava remained motionless, her slip-ons anchored to the marble, her sense of dignity intact. Yet the room's harshness was palpable, enveloping her like a thick fog. Then the sound of heels resonated from the spiral staircase, precise and intentional. Elaine Mercer made her entrance, the owner of the boutique, her pale yellow blazer impeccably tailored, her auburn hair cascading in soft waves, lips adorned in a striking blood red. At 24, Elaine captivated New York's fashion scene, her family's fortune, taken from Ava's rightful inheritance, propelling her ascent. As the Halden heir, she transformed Maison Alva into a $50 million brand. Her visage graces the covers of prestigious magazines, while her soirees become the subject of conversation throughout the Hamptons. She halted, her eyes scanning Ava's dress, her smile narrow and almost feral. "I didn't expect to see you here," she remarked, her voice a blend of softness and unyielding strength. "Isn't it common for you to shop at a particular place? More affordable?" Silence enveloped the space, patrons drawing closer. "If there's something you fancy, I'll make sure to gift it to you," Elaine said with a playful smirk. "It seems that this place may be beyond your budget." The socialites applauded, Sasha capturing yet another image, the flash illuminating Ava's serene expression. Elaine's words lingered in the air, a brutal assessment of Ava's value, yet Ava remained unyielding, her hazel eyes fixed on her rival. The glass doors swung open once more, and the atmosphere became still. Celeste Marin entered the room, her white suit sharp and pristine, the sound of her red-bottomed Louboutins echoing with each step, her high ponytail shining with a polished elegance. Square sunglasses adorned her eyes, her face chiseled and enigmatic. At 26, Celeste stood as a billionaire tech heiress, her AI startup boasting a valuation of $15 billion, her name a symbol of influence. Her penthouse offered a stunning view of Central Park, her private jet regularly stationed at Teterboro, yet her devotion to Ava, her lifelong friend, was far more profound than her wealth. The team immediately focused, Chloe letting her clipboard fall while Ethan tripped over a display. "Miss Celeste Marin," Diana gasped, her Birkin slipping from her grasp. Her presence was a mystery to all. Celeste seldom ventured into stores as her stylists expertly curated her wardrobe. The boutique's Instagram live stream captivated 100,000 viewers, igniting a flurry of comments. "Attention, everyone! A royal announcement is here. Maison Alva has emerged victorious." Celeste remained silent, her eyes scanning the room with a chilling accuracy, finally settling on Ava. She raised a hand, declaring her intent to purchase the entire store, her voice low yet authoritative. Each item showcased in the rear, every sample, complete payment, card. The room held its breath, Elaine's crimson lips slightly separating. "Miss Marin," she faltered, hurrying ahead. "There's no need for payment or anything in return, it's truly a privilege." Celeste's sunglasses sparkled as she responded, "That won't be necessary." With confidence, she approached the register, her assistant, a statuesque figure clad in black, deftly swiping a sleek black Amex. Staff rushed about, stacking countless bags, Gucci, Dior, Balenciaga on the counter, their worth exceeding $2 million. The live stream faltered, unable to handle the surge of 500,000 viewers, with every comment echoing a gasp of disbelief. Celeste pivoted, the bags looming behind her, and confronted Ava. The room was still, she placed her sunglasses on the counter, her eyes gentle like the first light of morning. "They are intended for you," she remarked. The boutique fell into a hushed stillness. Sasha's gum slipped from her lips, Diana's Birkin thudded against the ground, Chloe's clipboard crashed down, Elaine's complexion faded, her blazer feeling constricting all of a sudden. In an instant, they understood that Ava, the woman they had ridiculed, was none other than Celeste Marin's closest companion. The socialites' phones fell silent, their laughter extinguished, Ethan's smirk faded, his hands trembling. The TikTok collective fell quiet, the hashtag boutique bum clips overshadowed by a flood of new comments. "She's with Celeste? We made a mistake." Ava raised her gaze, her hazel eyes bright, her voice unwavering, the initial words she had uttered. "I don't like the clothes here," she said, her tone steady yet resolute. Celeste blinked, a fleeting smile appearing. "Is that so?" Your gaze was quite intense. Ava shrugged, clutching her notebook tightly against her chest. Celeste acknowledged with a nod, glancing at her assistant. "Abandon everything," she urged. "I have no desire to bring home anything that isn't genuine." The bag's $2 million worth of designer goods lay forsaken, a shimmering mound of dismissal. The audience for the live stream skyrocketed to 1 million. She had Maison Alva making waves worldwide, with comments flooding in, "They underestimated the wrong girl." Celeste reigned supreme. Sasha watched her follower count drop dramatically, her stories erased in a frenzy of anxiety. Diana's cheeks flushed, her standing disintegrating. Elaine's fists tightened, her dominion on the brink. Celeste confronted Elaine, her eyes cutting through every detail from heels to eyeliner. "If you ever speak to her like that again or look at her that way, I'll buy your entire supply chain," she said, her voice smooth yet cutting, "and I'll turn this boutique into a sewing school for interns." Elaine stood still, her crimson lips quivering, rendered speechless. The atmosphere was suffocating, the employees frozen in place, the patrons silent. Celeste pivoted, the sharp sound of her Louboutins echoing, and strode confidently toward Ava. The two women departed, hand in hand, devoid of bags and sound, yet their exit resonated like a flame igniting the throne of Maison Alva. The glass doors shut softly, the boutique's chandeliers fading, as though the very light surrendered to their exit. Hours after Ava's ordeal began, Sasha Cain's Alva Leets chat shared a montage of her humiliation featuring her slip-on scuffing, Ethan waving the clutch, and her pained expression, all set to a mocking pop song. The caption stated, "Farm girl collides, cooter hatcher, understand your role." The video went viral on TikTok, amassing 200,000 views and sparking comments such as, "She's a disgrace," and "Ban her from Fifth Avenue." Lila Crane emphasized it on YouTube, stating that this is why we protect luxury, no one should disrupt the atmosphere like her. The video circulated worldwide, each share a new ache for Ava, who caught sight of it on a cafe TV while waiting for Celeste. Customers at the cafe exchanged glances and murmured, "That's the one who didn't make the cut in fashion." Their smirks seared through the air, yet Ava took a sip of her coffee, her hazel eyes unwavering, her tranquility concealing a tempest inside. The digital pylon served as a global manifestation of her persona. Sasha manipulates Ava's suffering to gain attention. The crowd's devices were constantly capturing moments, every upload a reflection of the boutique's harshness. Elaine's calm demeanor shattered. "She acted that way to bring me down." She spat, her voice trembling, her hands clenched tightly. "She feels envious that I was the one chosen to stay." The staff looked on in disbelief, while Chloe leaned in to whisper to Ethan, "Is she for real?" Sasha, with her makeup in disarray, attempted to share an apology, but her phone unexpectedly shut down, leaving her with a follower count of 200,000. Diana quietly slipped away, leaving her Birkin behind, while her socialite friends were already buzzing with messages to exclude her. The live stream continues, showcasing Elaine's breakdown, with viewers chiming in, calling her delusional. "Ava is truly exceptional." Elaine turned sharply to Celeste, who lingered at the entrance, her sunglasses firmly in place once more. "Oh, did I overlook mentioning that?" Celeste remarked, her voice laced with icy disdain. "The girl you refer to as the adopted one? She's the sole genuine Halden." She moved in, her voice dropping to a whisper. "You were exchanged at birth and error. You've spent 24 years in her shoes, and yet you still dare to act as if you're above her?" Elaine let out a piercing scream and dashed through the boutique. "That's not true, I'm their daughter." The audience was captivated, the employees stood in shock, the live stream soared to 2 million views, and Halden's truth was trending everywhere. Sasha found herself with gum adhered to her shoe, her aspirations in disarray. Ethan stepped back, the stakes of his position weighing heavily on him. Chloe's clipboard quivered, her grin vanished. Ava spoke, her voice a soothing balm that quelled the tumult around her. "You're adopted," she said, her hazel eyes cutting through Elaine like a sharp blade. "You assumed my role, swayed my parents' feelings, and thrived on my identity for 24 years. I possess the evidence, hospital records, DNA tests, and your own messages conspiring to exclude me." With a swift motion, she extracted a USB drive from her notebook and let it land on the counter. It would be wise to remain silent. Elaine's knees gave way, her blazer wrinkling as she clutched the counter, her world crumbling around her. The contents of the USB, which were leaked to a gossip site by Celeste's assistant, quickly went viral. Documents like birth certificates, emails, and recordings of Elaine attempting to bribe family lawyers. The New York Post featured a headline, "Switched at birth, Halden heir revealed." Elaine's $50 million brand collapsed, with investors withdrawing and her stores closing their doors in an instant. The scandal not only laid bare Elaine but also shattered the lives of those who stood by her. Sasha Cain's reign as an influencer crumbled when Gucci and Prada severed ties with her. Her Instagram followers plummeting to 5,000. With her platinum hair concealed beneath a cap, she made her escape from the relentless paparazzi. Diana Holt's status as a socialite vanished. Her mansion in the Hamptons was sold to settle debts. Her Birkin, a treasure at auction. Chloe and Ethan encountered industry blacklists, their names deemed toxic on Fifth Avenue, their resumes turned away by every boutique. A public rebuke from the Fashion Council named them in a viral statement, causing boutique bullies to trend. During a glamorous fashion gala in Paris, guests adorned themselves with linen pins to pay tribute to Ava, deliberately distancing themselves from Elaine's previous social circle. Social media erupted, users sharing their jibes, they ridiculed Ava and now they are forgotten. Ava observed the news from her loft, her linen dress radiating, her heart calm as the industry yielded to her reality. The shame of the wrongdoers became a public display, their dread of Ava's legacy leaving an indelible mark. Ava's USB ignited a legal storm, with her team launching a $20 million lawsuit against Elaine for fraud and defamation, implicating Sasha, Chloe, and Ethan as co-conspirators. The court granted Ava a staggering $15 million, leading to the downfall of Elaine's brand, the confiscation of her flagship store, and the sale of her gown to cover the penalties. Sasha faced the freezing of her assets and her influencer condo was taken back. Chloe and Ethan found themselves doing community service, their names forever linked to the scandal. The settlement provided financial support for the Halden Foundation's worldwide growth, establishing shelters in London and Tokyo and assisting 2,000 displaced heirs. Major retailers embraced Ava's commitment to authenticity, prohibiting exploitative practices influenced by her stance. Forbes featured a captivating cover story on Ava Halden, the heir who transformed the concept of luxury with her slip-ons becoming truly iconic. Social media erupted in celebration with Ava's wins trending as users shared their excitement. She dismantled deception and forged a lasting legacy. During a foundation event, a beneficiary embraced Ava, her narrative now securely held. Ava beamed, her hazel eyes sparkling, her triumph a guiding light for those who had been muted. The consequences were unforgiving. By evening, Maison Alva's Instagram saw a drop of 1 million followers with its posts inundated by the hashtag Justice for Ava. Sasha toiled in retail, her Instagram lying still and untouched. Diana's invitations to the Hamptons dwindled and her Birkin was sold to settle debts. Chloe and Ethan faced termination, their reputations tarnished and excluded from every boutique along Fifth Avenue. Elaine found herself entangled in a $10 million lawsuit initiated by Ava's legal team, her family's misappropriated fortune seized, and her Vogue covers retracted. The Halden family publicly apologized, severing ties with Elaine and transferring their estate to Ava. Social media buzzed with excitement as Ava's rules took center stage, captivating users who eagerly shared their thoughts. She required no struggle, her victory lay in the power of truth. The boutique's livestream, now a poignant narrative, garnered 5 million views, with every comment echoing support for Ava's subtle victory. Ava chose not to remain in the limelight. A month later, she found herself in a Brooklyn loft, her slip-ons making no sound on the hardwood floor as she embarked on the launch of the Halden Foundation, a charity dedicated to displaced heirs and adoptees. The inaugural event garnered an impressive $20 million, propelled by Celeste's generous contribution. Ava's linen dress had become iconic, highlighted in L as a symbol of resilience. She meticulously managed every aspect, her notebook brimming with strategies, her vintage iPhone vibrating with gratitude from those she helped. Her parents, filled with humility, pleaded for forgiveness, yet Ava remained steadfast, her fortune of $12 billion driving her vision for change. Celeste, her penthouse sanctuary for their late-night conversations, offered silent support, her jet poised and ready. Ava's vision propelled the mission forward. The loft's walls displayed images of Ava's latest creations, her hazel eyes shining with determination. Elaine's universe shattered. Her label faced exclusion from fashion weeks, with her boutiques supplanted by temporary installations. She withdrew to a rental in Queens, her blazer having been sold at auction, the red lipstick now just a distant memory. Sasha toiled in retail, her Instagram lying silent. Diana's status as a socialite faded away, her fur coat given to charity. Chloe and Ethan rushed to secure barista positions, their aspirations on Fifth Avenue slipping away. The fashion industry observed Ava's ascent, her linen dress embodying resilience. She remained humble. She crafted a legacy, not through fury but with elegance. The gala of the Halden Foundation, orchestrated by Ava and Celeste, attracted 1,000 attendees, each embodying her truth. The chandeliers of Maison Alva lay in pieces, the marble floors exuded a chill, and its once grand empire faded into obscurity. Ava and Celeste gathered in the cozy evenings of Ava's Brooklyn townhouse, where the garden thrived, bursting with vibrant roses. She donned her linen dress, while Celeste opted for her sweats, leaving the heels behind. They strategized over coffee, Ava's notebook spread open on the table, showcasing a fresh photograph. Ava at the foundation's launch, her smile beaming with warmth. Their bond was unbreakable, their riches immense, yet their mission was even greater, grounded in fidelity and righteousness. The world recognized Ava no longer an outcast, but as a powerful figure who transformed betrayal into brilliance. Ava Halden was beyond the need for validation. She was the successor. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more engaging tales like this one, and don't hesitate to leave a comment. Who do you believe truly deserves to be in the limelight?